What's up, everybody? We got a very special episode for y'all. As you can see, there's a guest next to me in person instead of on Discord like we normally do, which is very exciting. In more ways than one. Exciting. I was excited because I just learned about it.
His heart
not to put you on the spot, but you know we normally do the intro a little different too. You know, we build the guest up and then put them on the screen later, but I can't do that obviously because Chrissy Perez is right here beside me. Welcome, Chrissy. I'm gonna kind of lean, almost look at you, but look at the camera mostly because we just don't have any space. We're basically operating out of a cupboard in here, which is why I don't have a lot of people over to begin with. But I'll make an exception. I'll make an exception for this guest today. Obviously, this is the LNC podcast, so thank you for watching, listening, whatever you're doing right now. If you're viewing this, thank you. Like, subscribe, follow us on YouTube, Apple, Spotify, and everywhere else. On Instagram too. We're on TikTok now. It's some weird username, some weird TikTok ass username. I think lc.podcast4 or something like that. So type that in, search that up. We're on
Pinterest.
What? No.
We're on Reddit.
I refuse. I refuse. Wholehearted. Reddit is a cesspool. Twitter's a cesspool. Pinterest, I think, is dead or should be.
Not it should be. That's crazy. That's bonkers.
It should not exist anymore. But we're on all the things I mentioned, and I think that's and maybe Facebook. I think we have a Facebook still. So go follow us. Should. Like, subscribe. Yeah, we should for the old people.
For them.
Yeah, we're going to keep this kind of quick because it's just hot as fuck in here. I don't have the best air circulation in this room, but I mean, Chrissy Perez is here. Chrissy Perez is a stand-up comedian and singer. How would you describe yourself? Singer first or comedian first? Singer second?
I would describe myself as an entertainer.
Okay, entertainer. I like that. I'll just an all-around entertainer.
Yeah, or artist.
My chair sinks, by the way, which is people are going to see that I'm like slowly falling. So yeah, entertainer, artist. That's and that makes perfect sense because you really are like you're the show comes first kind of person. Like you really go all out. Like the last show we did together, you had the red gloves on. Yeah. You were dressed to the nines. Like you really came out to play, and you blew everybody away. So, I mean, that's why.
Thank you.
No, seriously, I'm excited to do this show with you on Saturday, May 30th at City State Public House. This is another Punchlines and Players. You've done every single one so far, which that's no accident. I'm just going further and further down. I'm just trying to shrink to your level is all. You know, height wise.
I'm really little. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier.
But no, it's no accident that you've been on every show because I mean you're a force of nature. You know, I don't say that about many people. You really like are. You bring it. You bring it. So like what? For the podcast's sake, what got you into stand-up? What got you into comedy? Since you're so good at music, you're very accomplished. But what made you decide to put that on the side and try stand-up?
Yeah, so growing up, I always was like the funny friends, right? Like if you're at a restaurant and there's like a bunch of stuff going on, I always had like the silly commentary, right? Mm-hmm. And I was always like a very funny like little kid growing up. So I was just one day with a friend that said they wanted to go to an open mic. He was like, hey, I want to go to this. Do you want to come along? So I went with him to support. I had no idea that I was going to end up wanting to do it myself. Mm-hmm. And the first few times that he had like open mics and shows, I just went to support. And then the more that I would go, I would say, you know, I feel like I could do this, right? Mm-hmm. And at the time, I wasn't performing anywhere, right? And I really missed being on stage. Mm-hmm. So I thought, okay, even though I'm not going to be on stage as a singer, like this is another way to be on stage. And also, you know, I was going through a breakup at the time. My grandfather had passed away. I had a lot of like dark negative things happening, and I thought this could be a good way to, like, you know, have an
fresh
outlet.
Start,
exactly,
new outlets. Okay. So back up. So the first open mic, what was that like?
The first open mic that I went to, that I didn't perform at, I just went to see my friend and support.
Right.
It was in Rockville, and it was, I forget what the name. Oh, Rock Bottom. It was called.
I think I've been there. Yeah.
And
was it a good night? I mean, it had to have been if you wanted to try it.
I think so. Yeah. Like all the performers, like it was packed, and all the performers, they got laughs. And what I took away from that was, like, everyone's story was very different, right? Like, one guy was talking about a breakup, another guy was talking about how he was like a baker, and like his story about being like a baker. He was also going through a breakup. I was like, all these people are going through breakups, like I will fit right in, right? Like
it's either comedy or film.
Yeah. Yeah, I really was like, hey, I want to try this. The next few open mics that I had gone to were actually Spaghetti on the Beach open mics.
Okay, Angels.
Yeah,
right.
And I didn't feel like I was ready to do that because, you know, his mics, he puts the music on, and it's like more of a production, and I was like, I don't know if I'm ready for this. So I actually didn't do any of the Spaghetti on the Beach. I would just go and watch. Okay. And what was my first open mic? Oh, my first open mic was when they had Simple Bar with Earl and Gabe Popskew. Yeah. Gabe, yeah. Those are one of the first ones that I did. And then I did Eckington Hall with Angel. And then I just started going to, like, wherever I could. Like, I became, like, addicted. I was like...
Wow, so that has to be pretty recent then, right? I mean...
Yeah, I just made my 2-year anniversary.
Oh,
so
wow,
I'm still
congrats.
a newborn.
Yeah.
Newborn baby comic.
Okay, okay. Yeah. And a lot of those places don't even exist anymore.
Exactly.
I didn't even get to...
None of them. Not,
right.
No, yeah.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Because Eckington, I think other people do stuff at Eckington now. Spaghetti on the Beach, what was that place called? It was...
The Hamilton Grill.
Hamilton Grill, yeah. I never got to go there before the end of the mic. Did the restaurant close completely? Is that what happened?
I think something like that, yeah. It's always the venues.
And then the Simple Bar, same thing. That restaurant closed or the bar closed. And that was kind of a seedy place. That's where my car got broken into. Was outside of that mic. Yeah. So... good fucking.
We gotta make sure nobody puts a correlation together. Right. They're like, all these places with these open mics are fucking closing. You know what I'm saying? We gotta make sure somebody's probably out there putting the pieces together. I don't know. It could be completely unrelated. It could just also happen to be that, like, places going under are hoping that open mics are gonna save their business. What they don't know is that comics are. I mean, some comics got money, but most of us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, stand-up is like kind of the last thing, and that's kind of an open secret. Stand-up is the last thing that's going to save any restaurant, bar, anything, because it's like, if it's an open mic, definitely not. It's a bunch of broke people coming out to just do 5 minutes and go home. Yeah, and you can say there's an item minimum, 2 item, 1 item, whatever, but not everybody's going to buy something. And what's one thing? Yeah. What's 1 or 2 things? You know, really to keep a business open on a weeknight like that, you need people getting dinner,
especially for the 9 people coming. You done made $45.
exactly. But I mean, what's cool is, like, so where we're doing our show at this weekend, they have events in and out like constantly. They have a huge rotate, and they'll have stuff happening simultaneously, right? So this past Saturday I did a show at City State, and they had like 2 kids' birthday parties happening out in the main room with like, it had to be at least like 50 people out there packed, because, you know, they have games and stuff. They have like a little mini arcade. And then back where we were, they had the drag show happening. So it was another like 40 people packed in the back area. So, I mean, it was packed out all night long, because they'll take everything. They'll take everything all at once. hey, if you want to do a party, if you want to do like a painting event or like a sculpting thing, or
they're trying to get some money in there, trying to get some money in the door. Yeah. At least they were smart though. They know how to double book and like make it work.
Make it work too. Yeah, it's not that disruptive, because I mean the parties were wrapping up kind of when the show was starting. So thankfully it wasn't like super loud the whole time. The party might have started at 6 and the show started at 8. So I mean they were wrapping it up. But that's what you got to do. I mean, it's a tough economy right now. You got to get creative with ways to pack your business out. For sure. But yeah, open mics are usually the bottom of the barrel. Like, you're not bringing any money in through this. And I can say that as somebody who runs their own open mic. I'm actually running one at City State now. That's my new home. Just until I find something else more permanent. That they've been very good to me. So twice monthly now I'm doing it's another feedback mic. So it's kind of like Aurora Market.
Yeah.
And yeah, we have a whole panel of people giving feedback to everybody, and it's a good time. So come check that out. First and third Wednesdays, I'll plug that. It's called Bomb Squad. So I came up with the name myself.
I love the name. It's fun, Bomb Squad. It has a double meaning there. Right?
Exactly.
I didn't get that when I first read it, and then I was like, oh, okay. Because the logo is really pretty too.
Thank you. Yeah, I made that. Yeah, in Canva, as much as you can make something in Canva. I picked a font and then figured it out. But I figured, we're all trying to avoid bombing, so that was the play of words. Yeah. And the panel I'm calling Bomb Experts now instead of.
Funny. No, it was really helpful when I was there this past week. Yeah, I appreciate the feedback.
Good. And I want to keep it going as long as I can. That's why I'm doing it twice a month. Well, first of all, that's what they could offer me, and I was completely fine with that, because doing it every week was just draining. It was a lot. I got to drive out there. I got to set it up. I got to break it down.
Whole obligation. Yeah.
And I work during the day, so it's like I got to make sure I get off work.
It's a whole other job.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm fine doing it like this for now, but if it's popular enough, we'll do it every week. So that's what I've told myself. So if you enjoy that, if you're a fan of it, come out, support, and if we get enough people every other week, then we'll make it a weekly thing. So
right.
So you're like only 2 years in, but you're doing so many shows now. You're doing, I mean, how packed is your schedule? It's like insane.
This last weekend was like insane. It's like the most busy. I had a show literally Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Wow. Like, this is the first time that I had back-to-back weekends, like not even one day free. My mom was like, are you gonna come help me? And I'm like, I can't go. I can't, like, I'm booked. Like, and I'm single, I'm on like Hinge and all that stuff, and I had like guys being like, hey, when are you free? Like, when can we go to eat or whatever? And I'm like, maybe Saturday afternoon, or like like my schedule is so crazy now with comedy, and it's a blessing, right? Like, and I'm sure like I was like, okay, maybe this coming week, like I'm gonna take a little bit of a break and like maybe do like one mic to get ready for the Saturday show, but not do so many. But then part of me is like, no, I need to do 3 to be like super. Like, now it's funny, like
try promote the show as well.
Exactly. There. Figuring out like a schedule has been like kind of interesting, because I work too, like during the day, so just finding time for all of those things. But yeah, I've met a lot of people doing comedy, and I've gotten a lot of opportunities that I'm grateful for, and I'm grateful for like the community that's out here, this big comedy community in this area.
It's very tight knit. I mean, as big as it seems at face value, once you're a part of it, once you're actively signing up for stuff and getting added to shows, you realize I'm seeing all the same people at all the same places. It's the same few people producing shows that will tap you. So I mean, really, it's kind of insulated in a good way. It's very it's a very supportive community. It's a very good support system here in DC, Maryland, and Virginia. Really, I mean, like you got people like Lorenzo who come all the way down just to do stuff here, and you know, if you're traveling pretty far, you can message people in advance, and they'll make exceptions, and then they'll try to accommodate you so you can do a bunch of stuff.
I'm trying to hit 5 in one night.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, but I mean, you're really taking off at light speed right now, Chrissy. Because I mean, goodness gracious, I don't know. You must live and die by your phone calendar, right? I mean, you got to keep everything straight.
Oh yeah,
Do you have notifications and stuff?
I have a Google Calendar that I use, and then like I always say that I'm like a little old lady because I always have like a written planner. My mom always makes fun of me. My mom is always like, "Oh, you with that planner?" And I'm like, "Wait a minute, let's get the planner out," because she'll be like, "Can you come next Thursday and do this and do that?" But then it's funny because she doesn't remember. She's like, "Oh, I thought we were gonna meet on Wednesday," and I'm like, "No, I have it right here on the planner. It's Thursday."
Yeah.
You make fun of me, but like my stuff is organized, and that's why even like with the dates, I was like, "Well, I can either do like afternoon tea or like we can do like late night sushi or like it's just such but." I didn't go on any dates because also I'm just like tired by the time it's so messed up. But I'd rather go to a comedy show than go on a date. But I'm like, I really need to like prioritize, like yeah.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
What's stopping you from doing both though? You know, why not bring the date to the comedy show? Do you have reservations about that?
I did actually. Okay, so I went on a date, right? I went on a first date, and it was one of those first dates. You know how they say like, there's like all these different types of rules, like, you know, don't let a date go over like 3 hours or 5 hours and stuff like that. I went to get dinner with a guy, and we both were talking a lot. Like, we were both talkers. You know, sometimes like one person talks more than the other. We were both talkers, and like we were both foodies, so we had our appetizers, and then it was like, oh, why don't we try more stuff? And we just kept talking, and it's like, sure, and we kept ordering, and then it was a wine bar, and they had like flights, so they brought a flight out, and we just went through the flight and through the appetizers, and we just kept talking, and like this man was telling me his whole life story, and then I was talking about mine. They always find it so interesting that I'm a comedian. Well, like I don't know if it's like it's super rare or something. Like they're always like telling me about this. So like, and like, oh, and they always want to become like a joke. They're always like, so are you gonna make me like part of your set? Like, why do you want to be part of my set? Like, is that why you're here? Like, are you interested? Like, they're like,
that's the only reason.
Yeah, or they'll be like, can I go to a show? And it's like, sure, but that doesn't count as a date. Like, sometimes as a first date, they want to go to a show. I'm not going to be able to spend time with you because I'm going to be getting ready for my set. And then afterwards, like, you know, after a show, sometimes like people hang out or talk, and then it's like, then this random guy is there. Like, it's just so, and it's like, oh, Chrissy, is that your man? And I'm like, no, but like, maybe, but like, it's just so I don't know this guy. So anyways, that first date, it kind of turned into like a 3-hour date, and I'm like, oh my goodness, like I need to go, you know. And he's like, oh, he added me on Instagram, right? And that's fine, I don't care if you add me on Instagram, because my stuff is public anyway. If they really wanted to go and like stalk me, like they could go and find me, so I don't care. But this guy showed up to a show that I didn't invite him for. Didn't invite him to. Yeah. So like he was like, oh, we should go out again or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, like I was open to seeing him again since it went well. And I was like, maybe on Wednesday, you know, I have this show on Tuesday, I'm busy. And he's like, oh, okay, cool. But he showed up to the show on Tuesday instead of like confirming the Wednesday date. So I didn't like that because it didn't seem supportive. It seemed more like he was like forcing it, like trying to see me like before. Yeah. Versus, and he wasn't like, hey, I'm coming today. He just kind of showed up.
Yeah.
And like
I might not want to see you. You know what I'm saying?
I could see how that's like a nice surprise. Like if we were like 5 dates in or something like that. Like I'm very old fashioned and old school. Like, but he kind of just showed up. And then when he showed up, like he was doing all the things that you don't do. Like he walked like across the stage during someone's set when he got there. Like he was like just he kept ordering drinks and going like across, and then when he got there, he was like, Chrissy, and like the comedian that was on stage was like, yeah, just walk right in front of the stage, why don't you? Oh, you're with Chrissy? Oh, and it was so embarrassing. Yeah, because it made me look bad. It made me look really bad, and I was just like, no, I don't know this man.
Yeah, that's a stalker. Security.
So
security.
Okay, so what was the worst part about it all was like after the show, he was just like, "Oh, congratulations," and I'm not gonna be rude, you know, like this person still came out and everything, and like, so I was like, "Thank you for coming," you know, like I'll message you. So I thought he would see that as like a cue to be like, "Okay, let me leave, let her do her thing," and he was just standing around like, "Oh, do you want me to help you pack up?" And I'm like, "No, the guys will do it," you know. Because this was someone else's show that I was on. It wasn't like my equipment. And he was like, no, like I could help. And he starts like picking up equipment and kind of like hanging out, and like he wouldn't leave. And basically when we all started walking out, like he was walking out with us, and just like, so one of my male comedian friends was like, Chrissy, next time this happens, like just be like, I don't want this guy here, and I'll go up to him and be like, dude, you have to leave.
Yeah. Right.
So I kind of like, I don't mind if like a potential date comes to a show, but it's like, know how to act. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not your woman just because we went on one date. Like, don't linger around and like, it's like, so
this is the second time you've seen him, and this is the second time. That's how it goes.
Right. And
that's crazy.
Like, it was nice. It's nice to ask if I need help. It's nice to ask like, oh, do you want me to pick up things? But like, if I say no, I'm good, I'll message you. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like, it wasn't coming off as nice or supportive. To me, it was coming off as like, you're forcing, you're pushy and forcing and controlling. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I need some.
You want to do that one more time? I just put you on screen. Yeah.
But I said I need some.
It's a physical thing. Yeah, it's more of a side thing.
Yeah, I find it interesting, and I think that's why I'd rather go to a comedy show than date, because I don't know if they get like fixated on like, oh, she's a comedian and she's like in these circles and like they'll have access to this, or that's something else for them to do, and like, you know, like I'm not famous by any means yet, but like. It's like they see that, and like I don't it's like they'll just talk to me about that stuff instead of like, oh, like, you know, where did you grow up at, or trying to get to know me as a person. So it's like I can't even imagine, you know.
I mean, when I was dating, it was a very small period of time between like I was in a relationship, got broken up with, then I got into another relationship, and around that time I had just started stand up. So I was like with somebody when I was deciding to do it. So we had already done all that, you know, learned about each other, met each other's families, you know, we'd been together for a while. And so I was with that person, been doing stand up, and then they moved away, so we broke up. And then I dated around for maybe like a couple weeks and met my boyfriend now in the living room, and I mean, we went to shows together. We went and saw he came to open mics, he came stuff, and I broke all those rules you laid out. I had no idea you're not supposed to spend more than 5 hours with somebody on the first date, because we spent like the first 3 or 4 days in a row together. Like we were just he stayed over at my place, I stayed over at his place, you know. We were, because we just really hit it off. So I mean, and we learned about each other in that time, you know, family, everything. So I mean, I can't imagine as a woman, or I guess as you in particular, how people just kind of, it's almost like they're objectifying you. It's almost like they're treating you like you're a spectacle, not really even a person. That's kind of
it's
kind of messed up. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
about that.
I mean, for the record, there aren't any rules, but like, you know how you read in those magazines, or like, you know, like five ways to get into a relationship, or like certain
Steve Harvey's book or some shit.
Like I think there are rules, but rules are also meant to be broken, right? Like your example, you really hit it off. But I think I've learned that, like, for me specifically, I do like to have certain like boundaries and stuff in place.
Oh yeah, of course.
But like. Yeah, I've been in those relationships where it's like, or in those situations where you really like someone and then you see them like a bunch of times. But
Right.
I think right now my focus is more like on myself because
Mm-hmm.
my last relationship was 3 years. It was like a very long relationship, and
That is long.
I'm just like enjoying being by myself, but I think I'm enjoying being by myself a little bit too much. Where I'm like,
No such thing. Let me tell you, no such thing.
I'm
You
like,
gotta, you know, you gotta put it into yourself at all times.
yeah,
You are, and in the same time is what people forget is even when you're in a relationship, you still gotta be able to put into yourself. You have to do it yourself, and you have to make sure that your partner isn't understands and isn't in your way of putting into yourself. They have to be supportive of you putting into yourself.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like otherwise that's just not gonna go. You know what I'm saying?
I
Like
agree.
because sometimes you might kick it with a person and you're like, oh, we click really well. We happen to meet with the intention of dating, but we also could have been really great friends. And like we just click like that. Shit's real cool. Yeah, you could come. Or sometimes it's like we don't click that well. We're seeing how shit is, seeing, you know what I'm saying? We would have met and we wouldn't have been friends on the, we wouldn't have actually kicked it naturally hanging out, but we're feeling each other out in the romantic perspective. But like, I'm gonna need my me time and then I'm gonna have my you time. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of shit.
Lorenzo's a player, by the way. He's
Hold up.
he's,
I don't like labels. Okay, I don't like labels in any situation. I don't
Lorenzo's a
like the label
womanizer.
on myself. I'm not a. So somebody said that like a few months ago. That's not true. My coworker said that shit. My coworker told my boss. He told my boss that I hate women. That's not true. Okay, I hate everybody, but that's
you hate
besides
all
the
the
point.
women you've been with. I think
why don't you like labels?
Not
though?
all, but it's historical.
So, in a general sense, I feel like and I mean, I don't like labels upon myself. I don't like labels in like any form of situation because like some things, it takes more than one word to describe something. You know what I'm saying? Like people ask me a question, and I explain it, and sometimes they don't want the explanation. They just want an answer, but everything's more complex than that. It's a lot of layers to the cake. Sometimes things are more complex and they need an explanation. They need more words than just the one that you want. If you're going to ask me the question, you got to allow me to answer it the way that I want to answer it. You know what I'm saying? I got to give you my true, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
That like, because people be like, why can't you just tell me this? You ask me the question, I got to tell you the way that I got to answer it. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna come with an explanation. It's just what it is, yeah.
Retort.
So like,
okay, so I've been single now, right? For it's going on 3 years.
That's wonderful.
Let me do the math.
Into yourself?
Yeah, that's all I've been doing, literally, because like
that's
the
fantastic.
last 2 years have just been like all comedy, and now I want to start doing like more content creation. But in that like 3-year span, like I did go on like dates, or like you're saying, like you meet people and then it's like, this is my friends, right? Like I didn't think I was gonna like this person at all, like for more than friends. And then you might be in a situation where it's like, oh, like this person, like I'm kind of like getting feelings for this person, even though this is like my friend. And I always was like anti labels also. Like I always was very like, let's just let things happen organically, like don't force things. Because like I've been in relationships where it's like, okay, let's make a label right away, and then it's like, oh, this should have just been a friend, right? Or this should have just been like fun or something like that.
Or someone I should have met. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. but now, right, like after like doing the no labels thing, I feel like it just is confusing, because it's like, okay, well, this is my friend, but we also like each other, so we're adults, right? It's like, okay, well, like let's go get a drink after or whatever. And then if it's like, well, we're not together, but like we do like each other, but then if let's say I go out with some other person or he goes out with some other person, it's fine. Technically, we can do that. But then it's like...
But you're going to feel some type of way.
Right, and then you see them somewhere else, and if that's your friend, then it's like, well, you don't even respect me to, like, tell me, like, hey, like, I like you, but, like, let's just leave it here. Or I want to see you, but also see others. Or, like, do you see how it can start to get... I think, okay, if you're not going to have labels, you have to have a clear conversation, at least, of, like, what you want with the person. So like that, because to me it's like about respect, right?
Absolutely.
Understanding is one of the most... So understanding is extremely important, which is why, and most people don't even know how to communicate properly, but that's why communication is so crucial. Proper communication, gotta throw in that damn adjective. Proper communication and understanding are so fucking crucial, and most people don't have that. And like me, I'm very clear with everything. I tell people, anyone I'm talking to, I'm like, this is what you're gonna get from me. This is what you're not going to get from me, because I don't want to give it. This is what's difficult for me to give. And I tell people, I'm like, this is an area I struggle in. So I'm going to do me, but because I naturally care as well, it's just who I am as a person. Every once in a while, I'm going to go out of my way to check on you, make sure you're straight. I'll tell them, you got to tell me. I'm not going to try to read your mind. I refuse. You got to tell me if something's wrong. If I ask you what's wrong and you don't tell me, I'm not going to fucking cry. I don't have time for that shit.
Yeah, that's games. I agree with that part. I don't know about the I'm going to do me. I don't know what that meant, though.
Well, no, it's not.
That's what the players say. Like, I'm doing me out here, okay, baby girl.
With They're however just like... many other people I want. Right.
Like, what does that mean?
It just
you're loyal. You're a loyal person. I don't think you've ever cheated on anybody. Not that I've known about, or I don't need to know about it. We don't even need to take it there.
He said, don't tell me now. He said, don't tell me now.
Don't ruin my image of you. But when I say womanizer, I don't mean like, I don't mean somebody who's like out there cheating, sleeping around, whatever. I just mean somebody who's like, people throw themselves after you. I mean, because you work out, you're a lean dude. You're kind of, once they realize you don't have like the best job, maybe then maybe there's a discussion to be had. But
that's when the communication comes
right
in.
That's where the communication, people don't need to know all that up front, but then you get into that, and then people weigh their options. But at first sight, people, I see the ladies how they look at you.
I've got some favor, you know what I'm saying? Back in my day when I was a youngin', I had a few fans, you know what I'm saying?
And that's all changing now that when we get famous from this episode right here. No,
but specific.
But you're a loyal guy. I mean, you stick by people to a fault, like you said, because that's just who you are. I'm the same way. I stick by people. I don't want to give up on people that I love, that I care about, even if I don't love them necessarily. If I have an affection for you in any regard, I'm gonna look out for you. I'm gonna check in. I'm gonna do what I can. And you can't read anybody's mind. It's just not possible. If you try to do that, you're probably you're probably too invested. You're probably micromanaging almost. You're probably overstepping if you're trying to read somebody's mind. Somebody has to want to share parts of themselves with you that might make them vulnerable in order for you to connect. If someone doesn't want to connect with you, that's probably a bad sign. That's probably a red flag.
Yeah.
That's a big red flag. Also, I think trying to read people's minds is making assumptions, right? And assumptions are never good either, because they might be thinking something completely different than what you're thinking.
Because you don't know. You'll only know if they tell you. And if
you ask, just ask. Like, so many people, so many of my, not really my female friends, but friends of friends, or when you're just out at a bar or whatever, and people will be like, oh, he didn't text and I don't know why. And it's like, well, just ask. Or or even with parent relationships or friend relationships, where it's like, oh, she didn't call, or oh, she didn't show up. It's like, just ask. People don't. Yeah, I think people also don't like confrontation, which I understand, but I'd rather be direct. I always was someone that was not as direct, because I grew up kind of shy and kind of quiet. I know it's hard to believe now, but I can also be like very introverted, as I can be extroverted too, but like I do need my me time and like to reset and all that. So I would feel like I was overstepping by like asking, and now I feel like I asked like too many questions where like most recently someone was like, why are you asking all this? And I'm like, no, I'm just trying to better understand like, you know, the situation, like, yeah. And I'm just like, okay, now I gotta find like a balance, right? Because it's very like black and white versus like gray area. So yeah.
I definitely because I used to be the guy, and I still am a little bit, where like I guess I get kind of defensive when people ask, like it used to be a whole thing. People would ask me questions, but for me, I'm like, what do you need this information for? If I feel like you asking me something and I don't think you need the information, I'm gonna be like, what are you digging at? What do you want? You know what I'm saying?
It's interesting how we get defensive too, right? Like like everyone tends to get defensive sometimes, but then it's like, what
are you gonna do with this info? What do you want to know?
Yeah, it's like, who hurt you though? That's your
that
instinct.
You're getting like that. Yeah.
If we like even somebody just might want to know, you know, what's your intention with the relationship? Or
my example, I was talking with a girlfriend that like I knew she was talking with this guy, and I was like, oh, how was it going with so and so? And she was like, oh, it's fine. And I'm like, just fine, like, did you see him again? And like I was just trying to be like a supportive girlfriend, right? And just be like, you know, did you see him again? Or like, do you think there's something there or not really? Or like I really could care less, like, about, you know, in the sense of like if her sex life or whatever, or like I wasn't trying to get information. I was literally trying to be supportive just or whatever. And make sure like she felt like that a friend cared about like her current situation. Because she had to come out to a lot of my shows and stuff like that, and we didn't really get time to like talk. When friends are at shows, it's like, oh, great show, and I'm like, thanks. And I'm like, but how are you doing? You know, like, oh, what happened to that guy or whatever? And it's like, why are you asking? She was like, why are you asking me that? And I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm not trying to probe. Like, I wanted you to feel that I care about you too, right? About what's going on in your life too. So it's interesting. It's like, it's like, how do you? I don't know. It's like adult friendships, like how do you even like be there for people or like navigating all that stuff?
But none of us know how to do it too. It's a thing, because it's like, because you know, some people, they're just nice people and they ask questions. I've learned that like sometimes people ask questions because they want you to ask in return. Like they'll be like, oh, how are you doing, or something. Because I used to, people be like, how you doing? And I'll be like, oh, I'm all right, it's whatever. And then like somebody actually said it to me directly. They're like, you know, sometimes people ask you things, so you ask them in return. And like from there, I was like, okay, so start doing that. I was like, oh, how are you? And they're like, I'm good, thanks for asking. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like, yeah, because me naturally, I'm like, that's crazy. I'm not gonna act like
to me that's like, crazy behavior. And I know people do it. I know that's a common thing. Like it's like it's like an icebreaker in a way. You know, someone just wants to. I have a friend, and you know this friend who, like, will be, and I love him very much. He's a childhood friend, but he'll show up in a call or in like a Discord call or a conversation, and just talk about what he has going on in his life. And just keep talking. He'll talk and talk and talk for like 30 minutes, an hour. And like everyone else could be discussing something happening in the moment. Like we're talking about a game we're playing, or we're talking about a show we're watching. And then he'll just interject in the middle of it something totally unrelated that's going on in his life, you know? And he's that kind of person that goes, hey, how are you doing? And you go, oh, good, thanks. And he goes, yeah, so I just took a trip to San Diego or whatever. And it's like, man, I did not want to get into this with you. I thought you were just genuinely asking how I was doing, and we could leave it at that. But no. So.
He's like, you've activated. The conditions have been met. The conditions have been met.
And that's not to say I don't like this person. Like I said, we're good friends. He's a really supportive person, and I support him and everything he does. But at the same time, it's like, dude, you got to take a hint. You know, not everybody needs to know everything at all times of what's going on in your world.
Yeah, I don't, or maybe he needs like, and I'm not saying this in a mean way, but yeah, maybe he needs a therapist because no, seriously, because it's like, you talk about stuff with your friends, but your friends don't need to know everything going on, you know?
Yeah.
And I think sometimes people just like to hear themselves talk too, or they use their friends as therapists.
Yeah.
And we kind of are, right? Like, you know, it's, oh, how are you doing? But then to a certain extent, when it's like draining, or when it's like you can't even get another word in, it's like learn to be a listener too, right? That's part of...
Therapists make a lot more money than I make. They make a lot of money. I don't make a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? Like, can I use this? Can I put this on my resume and apply for a therapy? But like, bro, I listened to my friends talk for fucking decades now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't. I'll call them up. I'll call up a reference. I had prior job experience. Hey, I was just working last night. What you mean?
For me, in a lot of ways, this podcast is kind of like therapy, because it's not therapy in that I'm spilling my guts about stuff on here and trying to overcome some trauma or hardship. It's therapy in that, like, I just don't talk to people at length like this on a regular basis, you know, unless I'm at a show and, like you said, people are hanging out at the end of the show and just catching up with each other. That's probably one of the few times I'll actually have deeper discussions with people. And this, since we do it on kind of a regular basis now, it's like, oh yeah, this is the time I get to really like talk to people and just open up and have a good time in conversation. And I'm kind of an introvert in that when I go out to a social function or something, or a mic, I'm not necessarily the guy who's talking to everybody. I'm kind of just sitting at my table. I mean, you saw me the other night at Hades. Is it Heidi's?
Yeah, Hades.
Yeah, Hades. Like, I was just sitting there, just watching the people perform, and then I'm content to just sit at my table and do my own thing. And if people come up to me, they come up to me. But you know, I'm not necessarily going out of my way to speak to people just because that's how I am. I'm the kind of guy who's like, why do they want to hear from me? Why do I need to go interrupt somebody's conversation to say hi? Because you know, I'm nobody. You know, I'm not important enough to do that. So that's what goes through my head, and that's why this is kind of cathartic for me, because it's like, this is my excuse to take control and actually like prompt a conversation with somebody that I'm really interested in talking to that I ordinarily wouldn't. You know, I wouldn't start this conversation outside of the podcast.
Any other atmosphere,
and maybe that's just my mental block or my own mental illness.
I mean, look, we all got problems. I tell people every day, I got problems. I got tons of them, but I've accepted them. I don't give a fuck. They're a part of me. I don't feel like fixing them, so they here for now. And they don't. It's not really like they're not detrimental to my life. Like, of course, we could all heal. We could all be healthier. That's always going to be the case. There'll never be a point in which we can improve. There's always room for improvement in every area and every aspect of our life. But like, I'm doing, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm pretty optimum. You know what I'm saying? I'm prioritizing the things I want to prioritize. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm doing what I can to the full extent in every area. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what I got going on is working. My current personality and flaws and all, they're currently working for me. Now, if I ever need to change something in order to get where I need to be, in order to get somewhere, you know. But till then, this chameleon's keeping his color. You know what I'm saying? You know. If I change to a beachy area instead of the forest, I'll go from green to tan and blue. But until then, I'm rocking it. You know what I'm saying?
I love it. Love it. This is about you, Chrissy, since you're here. So I want to steer it back to you specifically.
Okay.
And I love, so when you do a podcast of your own, is it going to be like dating advice? Is it going to be, what do you think the subject matter would be?
That's a really good question, because I also speak Spanish and I want to also do like some bilingual stuff.
Yeah.
And I want to tap into, so I'm an eldest daughter, and I'm like the first cousin in the family. I kind of want to tap into like family stuff and get like deep conversations about like, you know, the differences with like just like how we all grow up or what makes us us, kind of like, speaking of therapy, how you guys are talking about therapy. And then of course I want to do like fun stuff, maybe talk about, you know, dating, why people got into like similar to yours with like, okay, you did comedy or you did music or whatever it is that they did. But dating is gonna be one of the topics for sure. Maybe like talk about something like current event or silly, or like if there's like a video or something, like a reaction, like, oh, what do you think of this, like a topic, or like
that's largely what we do on here.
like what's your favorite food or whatever. If there's something crazy going on in the world, like, what do you think about this? And then kind of like, I want to do deep chats, basically, like deep. Okay. I'm a deep thinker, and my mom hates it because I'll be like, yeah, but like, why did you do this? Or like, see me with the questions again. I used to be a journalist. Fun fact, I was really? On the radio, and she's like, you talk so much, like you should just do a podcast. And I was like, I think I am, but like, I need to find time
for what outlet?
So I worked for CBS Radio for a while. I was like a editor, like on the news desk, and I would like edit the scripts and stuff that the anchors were gonna read out loud. And then whenever there was breaking news coming in, like I would have to make sure it's accurate, and then send it out to them, and call the police stations, like, hey, did that car accident, like what time did it happen, like just all that stuff, interviewing people. And then they gave me my own beat. It was so cute because it was like a fun one. This channel was called WNEW. They don't exist anymore because it got bought up, and like radio is kind of like a dying career or a dying industry in the sense of like, or I should say a transitioning, I shouldn't say dying, but like everything is moving right into like podcasts and stuff like that. Like radio still exists, but I don't know, like, do you guys listen to radio, for example? Like,
I mean, sometimes if I'm curious, I'll like if I need to hear traffic,
the news, maybe. That's really so good. Long story short, they gave me a beat. It was called What's Going On. And I would be like, yeah, guys, like take your dogs to pups in the, Knott's Pups in the park or whatever. And so I kind of like to like dive deep into like why people do what they do, or like just deep conversations or detailed conversations. How I was like going in detailed about that date that happened to me. So I want to kind of just like dive deep with people and like ask some things that like we wouldn't normally know. And I don't know. I'm still trying to figure that out.
Is there any record of that on the internet anywhere?
So there's a video of me, because I'm originally from New Jersey, and I did some reporting stuff in New York. There's a video, I can send it to you guys, that I'm like doing reporting.
I'd love to see that. That sounds great.
So one thing that's funny too with stand-up is that when I first started doing stand-up, I would ask my friends that were like non-comics, right? And I would be like, what do you think? Like, be honest with me. And they were like, you sound like you're on the radio. Like my radio voice, I would use that voice on stage. And I feel like I still sometimes am trying to use some like character voice. Like I like doing impersonations, and I like I'll make fun of my mom or like some guy I went on a date with or something. I'm like, yeah, Chrissy, or like, oh, my daughter. Like, so I'm like, why do I have to always do like a voice or something? Like, what's my voice, right? Like, I'm still trying to find my voice as a comic. But also, I did vocal performance and singing. And like, because I was in the radio, like, I just love using my voice. So, it's funny that the radio stuff kind of like transferred right into like comedy.
Sure.
But I'm trying to figure all that stuff out. I feel like I'm still a work in progress, and like you were saying, like we're always growing and healing and all that stuff.
And that's an interesting pipeline. That I mean, you've had such a journey that music to radio to now this, and so much more too. I don't see you stopping at any one place, right? You're kind of an all around person. You're willing to try everything.
Right? I feel like they've all helped me where I am, right? To get where I am, because when I get on stage, I don't get nervous, right? And I know like that's something like some performers, right? It's like maybe their material's really good and they have really good jokes, but then it's like the stage presence or like I don't get nervous when it comes to that. With me, it's more like working on my writing and stuff like that. But at the same time, I was told there was a guy that started doing he was on MTV, and we both went to like the same acting like workshop or whatever in New York like years ago. This was in like, I don't know, 2007 or something like that. But he is now like a big famous like he's doing comedy and acting and stuff like that. But I remember he told me like, you're doing all these things, but you should pick one or two and like really focus on those and get really good on those. Yeah, because I'm kind of like a jack of all trades, which I love. And it's like, well, why pick one thing? Yeah. But then it's like, well, how am I going to get really good at it if I am like overextending myself, or like, yeah, sure, I'll do singing, I'll do comedy, I do acting, I do reels, I do. But I don't know. I personally get bored with just only doing one thing. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I like doing everything. I don't know. But then sometimes I'm like, well, maybe that's not a good thing that I do everything.
I mean, because I see it like this, like you could continue to do everything at least a little bit, but spearhead, I guess, what, like 2 or 3 things, whatever, like, you know, whatever's capable, spearhead certain things, because you could always, once you get where you want to be on standing on those, you know, 2 or 3 things, and then you could have more time, you know what I'm saying, for those other things.
I agree 100. And I started laughing because I was talking to a friend, and they're like, I mean, what are you doing? And I'm like, well, I'm doing this and I'm doing that, and then they're like, yeah, but like, you know, you just started doing comedy and like you should really focus on writing more and this and that. And I'm like, yeah, but like, I was like, look at Kevin Hart. Like Kevin Hart, he's, you know, I was like, Kevin Hart's in, I was like, he's in movies. He did this. He did that. Like he has an audiobook. Like he did everything. And he's like, yeah, but you're not Kevin Hart right now. And it's just so like, I think, I think like exactly. I think sometimes I think like this big picture. Like I'm always thinking like, I don't think little. I'm always thinking about like end game or big picture. And in order to get there, it's like, okay, let me slow down. But that's why I like.
You're preaching to the choir. I mean, look at me. Look at all this bullshit.
Yeah.
I mean, I got 2 monitors going. I got all. I'm doing the engineer thing.
This is why we're friends.
The podcast thing. I do the music stuff. Yeah. I'm doing comedy. I'm trying to do content creation. It's and you know, sometimes you feel like you're just throwing everything at the wall to see what sticks, and then I feel like if something really calls to me, or if something gets a really big response or is received very, very well, then that's what I'll decide to do.
That's a good point.
Full time, you know.
Yeah.
But right now, it's been quite frankly nothing has really done that. You know, it's all been like we'll have one episode of this do super well, or I'll have a show that goes really well, where you know a couple people follow me on Instagram or something, or I get paid really well, you know, and that feels good. But it's like there hasn't been one thing yet that's been like, all right, let me put everything else down, and, you know, and just play trumpet or just do stand up, you know. So right now I'm content to be the jack of all trades until something really speaks to me. But,
okay, that makes me feel better then, because I always get the advice of like, you're doing too much, Chrissy, and I'm like, why am I doing too much? And also a lot of content creators now, you know, they throw out a song, you know, it's like, oh, I sing. Like there's a Peloton instructor that I follow, and she just came out with like 2 music videos, and now she's like, yeah, I also sing. Like I feel like nowadays, like, I don't know, you can kind of be anything. Like you don't have, it's like, okay, maybe I'm an actor or I'm known as like a comedian, but then it's like they also do singing, or like I
even tried to put you in a box when you sat down here. I asked, you know, how would you describe yourself, one or the other, and then come to find out there's like 10 things that you have cooking. You know what I mean? Like it's not even one or 2 things. It's a bunch of, it's whatever you want to do.
It feels like imposter syndrome sometimes to be I'm a comedian or I'm a singer, because I'm not doing either of them full time. Like, so that's why I'm just like but I am content and having fun.
You don't gotta be professional. Like, let's say even a part-time hobby, if you're good at it or if you're passionate about it, one, the other, or both, you could be that. You don't gotta have fucking paperwork and fucking, you know what I'm saying, to be something. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you cook well, you could be a cook. You don't have to go to fucking chef school. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't need paperwork for every damn thing. Sometimes it's just a matter of how you feel about it yourself. And then, like, of course, like said, like, in preference, you'd be good at it as well, because you could be like, oh yeah, I'm a cook, but then you cook for some of your friends or something, and they're like, oh,
I don't know who made this, but they should quit.
Yeah,
while they're ahead.
They're like, I would trust her to make a Pop-Tart.
And you know what, too? It's like, I don't call myself a comedian all that often, just like I don't call myself a podcaster. I never call myself a podcaster, because I mean, what even is this? You know, we got like 100 YouTube subscribers, and podcasts are that's the radio equivalent, you know, so I would expect like a huge listener base or anything before I started calling myself a podcaster full time. And we don't even have a schedule for this, you know, we kind of just do this when we can, or when we find somebody interesting enough to talk to, or who wants to talk to us, you know. So it's like, when I determine to label myself after something that I'm pursuing, it's when I'm like really going hard in the paint after it. And for me right now, that is comedy, and it's starting to be music again. Like I haven't done this many music gigs, and I don't even know how long. Probably not even since I was in like high school. You know, when it was all like classes, or when it was concerts as part of my grade, essentially. You know, I wasn't I've never on my own volition performed so much as I have this year, and been paid to do it too. So now I can call myself comedian and musician, and that's actually really what it is. I call myself what I do based on what I get paid to do, and the only things I get paid to do right now are comedy and music. So, you know, I'll say I'm a comedian and musician, and I have yet to be. I've gone out of pocket for this podcast. I have yet to be paid for this. So it'll be a cold day in hell, I think, when I start calling myself a professional podcaster.
I give us a year. Look, once we get our money right, then like shit'll really start popping, you know. Because the thing too is we gotta make everything work together. It's like, you know, the rich make their money work for them. You gotta make your skills work for you, and like you created opportunities for your skills to make money as well. Is the thing as well.
That's,
you know what I'm saying? So it's
that's exactly right. You know, like, and you have to make your own work in this.
Yeah.
If you don't, if you don't take that initiative, like you're really just at the behest of other people, and you see how it is. Like if you're not out there constantly grinding in comedy, you might as well not exist. It's like you've fallen off the face of the earth, and people will just forget about you. I took like a brief break after my car got broken into or whatever, and it's like, you know, people's numbers started drying up, or calls started drying up, DMs, all of it, you know, all like the offers and stuff I was getting for shows, out of sight, out of mind, you know. So I'm a stand-up and musician first right now, but I like what you said, just being an overall entertainer, because that's the truth. I love having a microphone, and I love being able to be creative. You know, it's not necessarily that I want to speak, or that I want to talk at length all the time.
You're not like that friend of yours that just keeps
Exactly. It's more that I have this creative brain, and I like using every outlet that I can to you know, get that stuff out.
I love that about you too, that like you don't feel like you have to be in a box, right? And then like seeing other people in this area do that made me feel like it was okay for me to do that, because I never thought that I was going to be singing my opera and classical stuff. Like I was like, that door is closed, you know. Like I sing for my mom, I sing like at church or at people's wedding. They ask me to sing, I'll sing, but like I hadn't really exercised that muscle. And then I did the Punchline and Players show, like we're gonna have another one on Saturday. And then people started seeing like, oh, can sing, like she's an actual singer. And then I started getting booked on other things.
Now you're doing Rola's shows.
Now I'm doing Rola's show, so it's like, I would say that instead of feeling like you have to be in a box, right, like maybe like have some direction, right, in what you want to do. But it's okay to have multiple loves or
use
multiple
your
passions.
strengths. Play to your strengths, your passions. It just like that. Play to your strengths. Your strengths should be what you're passionate about, and that can change from moment to moment. That's fine. You know,
and that's what makes us like authentic to us too. Yeah.
Right, and that's what people want to see too. They want to see what clearly you care about doing.
Yeah.
Because even if you're not the best in the world at it, I mean, I'll say in my case, you know, I'm not the best trumpet player in the world, but I feel like that's my way of expressing myself musically. So I'm able to convey a certain feeling through that instrument, through my instrument that, you know, I played for like 16 years now. So it's that's my avenue of creative expression. So and those change from moment to moment. Like if you really listen to podcasts religiously, if you have like a few favorites that you rotate between, you know, all the ins and outs, like you're basically like one step removed of doing it yourself. And you've always had this thought, or a lot of people have this with comedy, that they have like their idols or people that they love. If it's Kevin Hart, if it's Bernie Mac, or whoever, if it, you know, that like, what's stopping you from trying it, right? People stop themselves. People stop short of trying something because they think, well, I'm just not good at it, or you know, like, well, you only get good at it by ripping the Band-Aid off and going for it.
Exactly.
You know, and if it's something you're passionate about, like even just if it's lingering in the back of your mind, chances are you're gonna be good at it. If
you're gonna get there.
If you want to get there, exactly.
Yep. 5 minutes of anything, you could be a master at it in like a year. Like the consistency is key. As long as you keep doing it, you'll keep getting better. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, Phil, of course, have your toes in every pool, like everything that you're able to touch, and that's more networking opportunities as well, because that's mainly how you get places. You know what I'm saying? You gotta do everything, let everything work for you, and whatever you're strongest at, that's where you know what I'm saying, you could give that just a little bit more attention. Like your favorite child, you love all your kids, but everyone has their favorites. You know what I'm saying? And you're like, I'm gonna make sure you're very successful, and one day you're gonna be rich and get me a nice car.
Yeah, because I mean, like you want to do at least one thing really well. If that's what you do for work, that's even better, because that means you're going to get promoted, you're going to get paid even better, you know, and that's ideal. But don't sell yourself short and starve yourself of other opportunities, because like just like you said, like you can have your favorite child, but then there's all these other children that you'll never have the opportunity to raise and nurture and be proud of. It would be opportunities lost that you'll look back on with regret. You know, and it's like, why deprive yourself of that unless you have responsibilities? And that's probably where some of this comes in for you, Chrissy. I mean, you have pets, you have family, and people who I think you support, right, or who depend on you. And that is going to hold everybody back to some degree or another. But it's do what you can, and if it's something you really, really want to do, you'll find a way to make time for it. I don't know how I find time to do this, and the open mics and the shows and all of it, and then like you're saying, I don't know how I can't even date right now. You know, so you can't even go on a date with somebody because you're so busy, and it's all in cycles. You understand that. It's like, okay, right now I'm making a sacrifice to do some things I want now, and then I'll have time to do some things I want later. But I'm not necessarily, I'm not putting anything off indefinitely, you know, or permanently, right? I'm not depriving myself of anything forever, because that's I don't know how people do that, because that feels like torture, and that's what a lot of people did. You know, for a long time, and still do. They feel like I'm not working hard enough at my job, and I just need to do that 24/7, and I want to kill myself. But
or they don't get any sleep.
Exactly.
I'm so against that. Like, I know sometimes we're so busy that we don't get sleep because we literally just are so jam-packed, but I'm all about having like a day to reset, or a day to just, like, if you are not filling your cup, you cannot fill other people's cups. or you'll just be like at events like grumpy and stuff. You know what I mean? Like it's like no one wants to be around that. Like,
one more time, go. There you go. Yeah, that's what it is. We were talking about that. That's clocking it, right?
Clocking it, yes.
Clock it. Christian was doing the poetry snap.
I like
that one. You gotta bring that one back.
That's what I do when I'm at comedy clubs and I got like a drink in my hand. I'll like comedy snap instead of clap because I'd be like, I don't know where to put the drink. You know what I'm saying?
I think too, like there's no one way. I think a lot of people get caught up, or a lot of us feel like, okay, well this is what worked for me, or this is what worked for like my friend, so like that's how you have to do it, right? Like that's how this person is touring, or this person blew up, or so like do it that way. And yeah, it might work to do it that way, but like if you have another way that works for you, you know, maybe you're not going to like 3 or 4 shows or mics, but like you do like 2 a week, and then you rest, and then you I don't know, like whatever works for everyone. Like, you know, everyone's different, and I think some of us get caught up on that, and it's like
establish your own pace, go at your own pace, do what works.
If it ain't broke,
hey, but you know, go do what you can manage. Don't you don't have to overextend.
Yeah.
And if you are overextending, chances are it's just because you're doing stuff that you either really want to do or that you need to do. Sometimes there's a time where it's crunch time.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You just gotta buckle down and do the thing, no matter how long it takes. You're gonna be up. But other times, if you realize this is all like volunteer stuff, or you know, unpaid, whatever it is, if it's just a passion project, you don't necessarily have to dump yourself into it. You know, you can go at your own pace, because a lot of people think, I need to be at like every 2 mics a night, or else I'm just not growing, I'm not getting sharp, I feel myself falling off, nobody's laughing. And it's like, well, you know, you can also just like take some time to reflect, like you said, reset, and then decide, okay, like there will be a moment of clarity once you give yourself an opportunity to breathe too.
But also, like, are you going and just going through the motions? Like, is it
right?
You know, like you can go to all these mics, but then are you just like a robot, just like,
are you just there for the sake of being there?
Yeah, or are you really getting something out of it? Exactly. I had a friend that was like, I can't take a vacation this year, and I'm like, why? And he was just like, because I need to work really, really hard. I need to like keep my momentum. And it's like he felt like he couldn't even go away for like 2 or 3 days. And I'm just like, I understand, but you deserve that. Like, it's okay to step away from it. I think sometimes we get in the rat race and we get like so caught up that it's like we don't even have time to drink our water, or like stay hydrated. Like, we don't need you fainting out here.
This whole time, I've really just
yes.
I'll say this too. True strength isn't based off of our momentum. It's based off of how we're able to initially take off. You riding the momentum, what's that really say? Like, yes, it's fantastic if we're specifically doing something for the long run, but if you're really good at what you do, you could just take off, go at any point, and then you're strong as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, because when you weightlifting, you don't want to do the momentum. You want to get that's how you really get them gains. You know what I'm saying? You riding off the pure restart. You know what I'm saying?
It's been a while. I actually don't know what you're saying. I completely forgot about all of that.
It's okay. It's all right.
That's one thing I let go by the wayside, was my figure, because I used to go to the gym. I used to do all that really regularly, or I have my own home set up and did my own floor exercises, but there's always going to be something that takes a hit too.
Yeah, for sure.
When you're dedicated to something else is going to have to take the back burner. So,
but
right now for me, it's music, it's comedy. For you, Lorenzo, what is it? I mean, what do you do primarily right now? You're getting back into comedy and stuff.
Yeah, I'm slowly getting back. I'm always running errands and doing tasks. Like, I'm so fucking busy for no reason. Like, this is always something to do, and I'm trying to like I try to maintain working out regularly. I've been doing a lot better lately. I've been trying to run more, go, you know what I'm saying, get because my time is trash. Like I used to, I took, when I was younger, you know what I'm saying, my fastest 2 mile was 13 minutes, 9 seconds.
Ooh,
I'm trying to like get back to that, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, like I used to be on my shit. I used to run, I used to sprint, that used to be my thing. I haven't ran in like, I've ran like maybe like 3-4 times since like a year and a half. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm getting back into it, but I'm like sometimes the times are the same, but like I feel better. I don't feel as, you know, tired and dehydrated. And then, you know, sometimes I'm like I'm dropping a few minutes and I'm like, all right, I'm getting somewhere, you know. So I'm like I'm getting into my thing, and I'm very happy about that.
Good.
But I definitely want to immerse myself into comedy a little more, and I feel like I think about it a lot, how to schedule everything. But at the same time, I did it before. I could do it again. You know, yeah, it's gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right. You know, I'm very excited. I feel like if anything slacks, it's only based on time, how much time I have, and how I prioritize everything. You know, sometimes I might have to drop the workout for the day if, you know, there's something else that I need to do in a timely manner, you know, regardless of what's going on in the day. But if I could fit everything, I'm gonna fit everything, you know. Like I already know the workout is a 3-hour thing. Run, the weightlifting, the eat, the shower after, all of that is a whole 3-hour process. But because I got to run to go somewhere, work out at the house because I'm way too frugal to pay for a gym membership. And then, you know, but it's convenient working out at the house because when I'm closer to the end, I'll throw some food on real quick, you know what I'm saying? And then I just get right to it. It's a whole system.
That's all part of it, yeah. You got to have a routine. You got to have.
The routine is big, yeah.
Yeah, and then when you find something you want to try, just add it into your routine and then cut something from it, you know, replace it.
Yeah.
Like in my case, I cut the dating.
Yeah. And hey,
no, high key, that's honestly like, cause
my workout is more important.
Yes, because you got to put into yourself, because you definitely don't want to put into someone else and then cut something from yourself, because you're gonna. I mean, I know, at least I feel like maybe not everybody, but I feel like most people, it's only natural to start resenting that, because like, damn, I'm, this used to be what I do, and now it's, it's going to them, like, regardless how much you love and care about somebody, that's gonna come up in your in your head, like, fuck, I'm missing this. When did I start losing this? And it's oh, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like it's a natural thing. So I definitely always, you gotta put yourself first. It's just the way it is. And sometimes, look, sometimes you gotta, because have you ever had a single period for yourself? Have you ever taken that time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been dumped. Yeah. Shit. I mean, I'll tell you what.
Well, no, I mean, like, purposely, intentionally single, though. Like, just like, completely. Yeah. I feel like everybody should have that. Everybody should have a hoe phase. Everybody should have time on their own. If you can't be on your own, you ain't got no business with nobody else. You know what I'm saying?
What is the reason of the hoe phase? I'm just curious.
Maybe not everyone needs a hoe phase, but I see a lot where people don't have one when they're younger. You have to have it when you're younger as well. May I state that? But
you can't be like 45 with the hoe phase then.
Exactly. A lot of people don't have it when they're younger, and then they're 45 wanting to have it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the time to have that's when you're younger. A lot of people squander their youth in a relationship, and then later they're older and they're like, oh, well, now I want to do all this. Sit down somewhere. You sit down somewhere. You should have been did that shit. 19 is the age for that. Your college years, that's when you do all that wild shit, and then you got it out your system. Too many people, they grown, they got kids and shit.
We're getting so much wisdom. I love it, but I'm clocking the clock. Actually, I'm looking at the time. We're going an hour and 15 minutes already, which is insane. Like this really.
We gotta shelf the hoe phase conversation.
I know.
For next time, then.
For next time.
I wasn't even allowed to date at 19.
Seriously.
I was like very sheltered and a church girl growing up. So like. Yeah,
I can see it.
I missed that phase. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but
it's probably a good thing.
It's probably fine, honestly.
You're like, no, Chrissy.
Everyone doesn't need it. It's just the main thing is don't want it when you old as fuck. You know what I'm saying?
I'll tell you, I've been a hoe, and it's very unfulfilling. It's very empty. It's very it's not as satisfying as some people might think it is. It's kind of like you look at people differently. You look at them as objects to be, I guess, conquered or it's taken. Just something to
Welcome to Chrissy's life. No, how they see me. You were saying earlier that these guys are like they see me as the object.
Right, like you're looking at people who might be in the midst of their whole phase or whatever, you know. Okay. And it's like,
I'm gonna use that on my next whenever I have a date. I'm like, I just have a question.
Is this your whole phase?
Are you in your whole phase? Yes.
No, you gotta ask them when it was, and then you gotta see. Yeah. Because they're just gonna say no.
When
people,
was your
you know
whole
what I'm
phase?
saying? Yeah, when was your whole phase? Because if they be like, I haven't had one, they're in it currently. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I'll tell you a story. Like, let's end right after this though, because I don't want to keep you too much longer. It's getting late and you have stuff to do. But I'll say I was in the, I was kind of sleeping around or whatever, like seeing different people going on hookups essentially. And one of the most alarming ones was a guy. He came over to my place, and we were talking or whatever and getting ready, and he goes, okay, well, can I record us? And I was like, no. Why do you need to do that? I have no interest in that at all.
Yeah, no, clock that immediately.
And he was like, well, I just have this like collection that I've had of all the people, and it's just kind of like my thing is I record every. And I'm like, I'm like, how many fucking recordings do you have? Like, what is? Are you gonna make like some documentary with this? Like, what is? You know what I'm saying? Like he was.
That's when you were like, I'm good with this. Like, no.
And then I had like misgivings about even like anything
ever again.
Doing with this person and everything after that. I was like, and I was like, if I think about it, if I had recorded everything I'd ever done, I'd probably I'd be ashamed of myself, and it's like, well, then I had this come to Jesus moment, essentially. I'm just like, this is enough.
I got chill.
I got to chill.
Yeah, I got chill.
I got to step back, step outside of myself and say like, hey, like this is enough's enough.
Yeah.
I mean, there's people like that where you get in a trance, you get in a flow state or it feels like work. It feels like, I don't want to lose my momentum. I don't want to lose my A game, so I got to be out here constantly on the prowl. It's like it doesn't have to be like that,
Yeah.
If you really got it, you got it. If you riding on whatever high you think you need, you ain't got it. You just sit down. It ain't for you.
I mean, that's what people talk about, like body count and stuff like that, because it's like some milestone, it's some trophy, and it's like that's kind of pathetic. It's kind of sad.
For sure. Can you imagine if he was like, yeah, like I have my collection, but like, can you imagine if it was just like a little collection though? Like, I'm just thinking of like,
right.
And it was like, or he had no collection. Yeah. And he was trying to like,
you're the first. Oh shit.
But no, it sounds like you dodge a bullet.
For sure. Although I looked much better then, so I kind of wish that I had preserved that, but hey.
Okay. So we were talking about the things that we like. You said for you, the working out is like taking a back end. For me, the dating is taking a back end. I'm just curious, what's taking a back end for you?
For me, honestly, like, I think sometimes sleep.
It's a good one.
Because
Yeah.
I wake up early and sometimes I go to bed late because I'm like, after work I'm doing a bunch of shit that can be done, and then I still want to make sure I get my workout in because that's putting into me. There might be like an open mic or something that I want to go to. Like there's always something to do. I don't sit down. Oh, this is the only time I sit down during the day unless I'm in my car or you know what I'm saying. And then like when I finally like shower and go to bed, like but it's probably like at least 10 o'clock or some shit, and then I gotta wake up like 3, you know what I'm saying? So it's like so, and I was thinking about it earlier. Actually, I gotta make sure I might have to I might have to start spreading things out so I'm not burning myself out, because that definitely happened to me. I got home after work. No, I fell asleep in the parking lot the other day, and I woke up and I thought I was driving. No. I was like, oh, yeah. So like,
Yikes.
yeah, I definitely got it.
That's your come to Jesus moment.
Yeah.
Look, indeed it is, because look, boy, I've dozed on the road plenty of times.
Yeah,
but like that time, that was the first time where like I actually and I was parked, thank goodness, but I actually I was like, I don't have control of the situation, and I was parked.
Yeah.
Madness.
Yeah, you got to recognize that and then make the change. That I know people who actively fall asleep driving, and that's just like how they live. That's how they operate. And they're drinking like 3 Red Bulls a day or Monsters.
Scary.
I can't do all that.
So
look, 2 Red Bulls would literally kill me. Like I'm pretty sure my heart would fucking overreact.
So yeah, imagine like drinking energy drinks and still falling asleep on the way home. It's like that's the way some people operate. They're workaholics. It's lots of workaholics.
That's dangerous though. At that point, like you can kill someone. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like that's just selfish to me. At least it's like go to sleep.
It feels that way.
Like I know some people they have to work like 3, like if that's just the circumstances. But then it's to what extent you can hurt yourself.
But if you're not in poverty, it's like there's something else can give.
Exactly. When you're just putting yourself in danger or others in danger, it's like no.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this has been excuse me, I'm coughing a lot. This has been a great conversation. Yeah, I need some of that tea. I mean, we do a segment at the end where Lorenzo gives advice about a lot of stuff, but I feel like that's all everybody did. I mean, you two especially, you all just gave some sage advice.
I got a lot of advice. I'm excited about the whole phase advice.
I'm scared now. But,
no, I'm not.
Gentlemen, look out.
Every man she gonna be in the messages. So when was your whole phase? That's the first question.
Yeah, it was a good. I learned to ask that now. I'm gonna add that to my questions. Look, more questions.
Oh my gosh.
I wanted to plug a couple things before we wrap up completely. Chrissy, thank you for coming by. I mean, I think you're the first person officially to record in person.
I brought back the in person.
Yeah, at this in my new apartment here. So
it's cozy. It's not bad at all.
When we do this again, and if it's in person, I'll prepare. So I set up and we're actually facing each other and having more what looks
I'll be online. I'll actually be online next time.
I'll make it look a little prettier for you than this. This was kind of ramped. I was sweating trying to get this put together. No, thank you for coming and promote everything you have coming up. I have your Instagram here on screen, right? Is Chrissy Perez Comedy on Instagram, and I saw you have you have a music one too. What's that?
Oh yeah, the music one. It's La Chrissy.
La Chrissy music.
That's
here?
A picture of me when I was a little baby. I've been posting whenever I do music shows, and I want to start doing covers and stuff like that on there. But again, finding the time for all these things. Comedy is taking more of the lead, but that's my music page for all the music stuff. La
Chrissy Music on Instagram and Chrissy Perez Comedy. Go follow Chrissy Perez. That's the show we did together recently with Rolla Z. That was the DC Comedy Lounge show. It was really, really fun.
It was so
Got
fun.
Some really, really good pictures as well from that. Those were amazing. And you can see us together playing again at my show at City State Punchlines and Players through CTB Comedy Productions. Get your tickets on Eventbrite now. you can get we have like a little 2-for-1 special right now, $15.
That's great.
Each. Get tickets now early for that special. And Diana Mason, she's an exceptional singer. She did an Etta James tribute at the last show we did, and people loved it. She like brought the house down, and so I said, hey, can you headline this next one, because I got so many people came up to me after and was like, she rocked the house, so like you need to have her back, and thankfully she said yes. But we got Diana Mason, we have Lucas Craig again, who has headlined one of the shows, our previous show. He was the previous headliner. We have who else? We had Grace White for a moment, but she had to drop out, unfortunately, so she's no longer going to be performing. But Chrissy Perez is performing on one of our previous podcasts, talking to Nathan Carlson on the pod. He divulged that he's a musician, so he's been added to the lineup, which is a great surprise to me. I've never seen him perform, but we were talking at length on the podcast and found out he'd been playing music for like 2 decades or something. So he's like a professional musician first almost. So that's going to be really cool to see. Nathan Carlson and Monica Daly gladly obliged, thankfully, to host again. She is phenomenal. She did a little Gloria Gaynor song up top. Fun. That was I Will Survive. So I'll see what she I'm excited to see what she pulls out for this one. I told her she didn't have to sing or anything. She just took it upon herself to sing, and it was a lot of fun. And Chrissy and myself, I don't know if you're going to do anything individually. You can do that, but I know we plan to do a little surprise duet at some point. So if you want to see us singing together, playing together, come get tickets to the show. It's going to be a really special evening. So I think that's everybody. If I missed anybody, I'm sorry, but get tickets to the show. You won't be disappointed. May 30th, this Saturday at City State at 7 p.m. It's at 7 p.m. now. We had to move it up because the last time it went late because we were having too much fun. So I want to make sure we get out on time. But get your tickets now. Do you have anything else coming up? I know you're like super busy, so you have shows on shows on shows.
Yeah, May was so busy that for June, if I'm being honest, I'm gonna kind of
you're gonna take a little break. Okay,
I want to see my grandma that's in New Jersey and stuff like that. But like, I probably won't say no if more shows come my way. So for now, actually, I'm checking because I want to make sure I plug it correctly. I'm actually making my Philly debut. First time doing comedy at the Comedy Room in Philadelphia.
Okay.
That's gonna be on Thursday, June 4th. So I'm excited about that. I haven't been in Philly for a while. Like the last time I was there, I was like a teenager, I think, and like I just went to like look at the Rocky Steps.
Same here.
And have like a cheesesteak.
Yep. Wawa, all of that.
Exactly. So I'm excited about that. And then I believe it's on June 25th. I'm doing a show. It's with Rolla. It's the vintage show that you and I did. For this show, she has Earl Wyatt doing piano.
I didn't know he played piano.
Yeah, I know. All these like comedians are coming out now doing. He actually started out doing piano before comedy.
Oh hell yes!
Yeah. So
I'm gonna have to reach out to Earl. See, and that's I put out a forum for people to. And before I get into all this, we're gonna have links in the description to all Chrissy's upcoming events if tickets are on sale. So please click on those, buy tickets. If you're in Philly, please go out and see Chrissy. If you're in DC, she has no shortage of shows coming up. Even if she's taking a break, I doubt that's gonna last for very long because she's in high demand right now. So please click on those, get tickets. But Earl, I got to reach out because like I put out a forum asking people, hey, like if you're a musician of any kind, just fill this out and tell me what instrument you play, and I'll put you on a show because I want people to be able to showcase some of these things that they've had to put on hold for a comedy. I want to find a place where people can combine all of them because, I mean, that's that's something you've practiced for years and years and years. So you're really good at it.
It's still in you. It's still like a love, and when you have that love, it doesn't go away. No, yeah, he's been doing piano for like years.
Wow.
Yeah, to confirm that show with him, it's on June 25th.
Okay, so. DC Comedy Lounge, right? Yeah. So if you look up DC Comedy Lounge on Eventbrite, you can get tickets to that, and we'll have a link for you to click in the description. And yeah, follow Chrissy Perez on Instagram. What is it? Chrissy Perez Comedy. One word on Instagram. I try to make
it easy, yeah.
Yes.
Chrissy Perez Comedy.
Yes. And we got to get you a link in the description to your shows. Yeah. All right. Let's make that happen.
Working on the brand.
Well, so we can just click on this and get tickets to your stuff immediately. Well,
thank you for having me. This was so fun. You guys are awesome.
Let's do the little advice thing now, and then we're out of here. So without further ado, take it away. I mean, just kind of recap.
So first off, for your music page, I feel like, I mean, this is my personal opinion. Yeah. I feel like you missed out on Do Re Mi Fa La Chrissy music. You know what I'm saying?
There's a lot more leading up to that. And actually, La isn't even one of them. That's
La
not solfege.
Like her in Spanish, and like el niño, la niña, la Chrissy. That's what that was.
I know that, but
it is Do Re Mi Fa Sol La.
But that's cute. I like that too.
Because it's a music page. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I see what she did, but I also see. That's what I said. That's my personal opinion. I don't know.
Wordy.
You know what I'm saying?
It's wordy.
yeah. You know.
Way too long. I see what you're saying.
You're not wrong. You be trying to tell, so yeah, this is my page, fucking 17 syllables.
They'll cut me off.
Like, hold up. This sentence might be.
Any advice for people who are in their whole phase right now? What would you tell them?
I mean, the thing about it is, like, don't nobody listen. You give somebody some fantastic advice, they not gonna listen. They gonna do what they want to do. So they just gotta. You won't figure it out. I hope you figure it out. I hope sooner than later. Definitely see therapy. There's some people that because everybody do a whole phase different, and some people they be doing way too much.
Wait, so it's not a good thing? Because you were talking about like people need to do it, but now you're saying like seek therapy.
No. So what I'm saying
you gotta pick a lane.
Do it early if you're gonna do it. But like some people, they be fucking like everything that moves. That's not the way to do it. Okay, you could you know what I'm saying? If you're gonna do it early.
So there's a brief window.
Don't do it late. Yeah, if you old, fucking give it up, all right? Because you're not, you know what I'm saying? If you old and you want a whole phase, you need to go to therapy. I mean, in general, everyone could benefit from therapy. It's a fantastic thing. But like whole phase, you gotta, that shit should end by like 23, 25 the latest. After that, you're just too late. It's okay. You know what I'm saying?
How about
you missed your mark.
How about some, and Chrissy, feel free to chime in as well. How about some advice for people who think they don't have enough time, or that they're not good enough to start something new that they're interested in?
Oh my gosh, I say this shit a million times. First off, what I'm gonna say is you gotta prioritize people, and you gotta prioritize properly. You gotta prioritize productive shit. You know what I'm saying? Whatever is gonna feed into you and get you forward.
And I've been meaning to get the one thing I really want to do that I don't think I'm capable of doing is getting the, you know what I'm saying, counter on screen on the show, because there's been at least like 40.
He says it a lot.
Know what I'm saying? It's this episode. I'm gonna manifest right now. I'm gonna make that happen. Next episode, I'm gonna say it right now. 167 or whatever number. We're gonna have a what I'm saying.
Just have like reels on your Instagrams of like the little clips of him like saying the different times he said it.
No, I'm literally on screen, like right in the corner. I'm gonna have like it'll just come up. You know what I'm saying? Number 33 every time it happens. So.
Hi, Keith. That's probably accurate. Like I'm pretty sure I say it like I'm confident every sentence I say probably ends with that. So it's like
it's basically period at this point. It's punctuation.
You know, J-Lo says that a lot.
Really?
Jennifer Lopez. I've heard her interviews. She's like, she says, you know what I mean. That's what she says. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like some people have certain phrases they just like to say a lot.
You gotta, you know what I'm saying? It's like over, like, you know, walkie-talkie, you're like over, you know what I'm saying?
You just did it right now.
You just did it again.
It's completely inadvertent.
Just like get shirts and like just brand it.
Yeah.
That's your new Instagram handle.
Seriously.
Look, that's in the works. When we get our money together, that's in the works. That's but I wasn't thinking of that specific shirt, but that's actually, I like that. See, that's when we got Chrissy on the team.
See, I think I just start thinking about stuff like marketing and stuff.
Abstract thoughts, you know what I'm saying? That's why we gotta.
If y'all need
like a shirt, a hat that says, you know what I'm saying, and then like with your Instagram on the back, like
QR code.
You getting free shirt, free hat, because this is what I'm talking about. This what I'm see. She knows what I'm saying.
If anyone needs any more advice, you clearly didn't listen to the episode because it was chock full of it. So that's a you problem. I think we can end it here. Thank you again, Chrissy, for coming on the show.
Thank
you. It really means a lot that you went out of your way to come over, even though I didn't ask you to. That was
dedication.
It was a
I'm
very
glad we
pleasant
made it happen. So
yes, we made it happen.
And now you know that your stuff is working and everything.
Yeah, hey,
so.
no, this was a great surprise. I think people are going to enjoy this. Come get tickets to our show this Saturday, and we're over and out. Like, subscribe, do all that. We'll see you next time.
Make sure y'all see Chrissy's podcast when it comes out. We'll be on the first episode talking about being guinea pig children and dating advice.
You know what I'm saying?
That's being pushy.
My bad.
No, you guys definitely inspired me.
We'll be on your show when you want us to be on your show. We're not just going to show up.
Whenever you want us to grace it, you know, we'd appreciate it greatly. We'll be humble. We'll sit down.
All right, everybody. Take care. We'll see you on the next episode. Bye-bye.